Okay, hopefully this is better. It was buffering real bad a minute ago. I don't know what was causing that. Um, so we're actually going to try the. Oh, that's been deleted. Maybe I got to refresh the whole page. Okay, let's try this. Nope. Is it still buffering? Do you all? Hey, Keenan, is it still behind? Um, hope it's fixed itself. I moved closer to the router, and hopefully this has fixed itself. Hopefully it ain't my iPad causing it to be behind. I hope. Good here, good here. No buffering. Good job. Okay, good deal. If it starts buffering, just let me know. I'll cut the iPad off. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Springfield, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Jack says, "Hey, Justin. Justin's on here. I missed it. Hey, good here. Um, I don't like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this off. I'm not looking up at the camera. Um, I'm going to start using. Where's the stupid button on this thing? I'm going to start using my daughter's. We bought her a computer for for college, and she decided to go to cosmetology school. So I think I'm going to actually take her computer. I will actually start using the GoPro more instead of my camera whenever I get that computer and stuff like that. It's a Windows-based computer, so it should be easier to use. So that's to come. So let me go. I'm just going to start from the comment number one because I never did start from comment number one. Keenan says, "Hey, what's up, Keenan? How you doing, buddy? Hope you had a great day." Jack says, "I'm on. Thanks for coming back, Jack." I don't know what was going on with that first go around here. Just said all good here. I'm glad to hear that. Keenan said no buffer, and Springfield said happy Friday. Happy Friday, Springfield. Had a great day today. I took a half day's vacation. I slept wrong. My neck's been a little sore all day. I've kind of worked it out a little bit, but it's still a little sore. Hope the wind isn't too much. Hurricane Irma is actually coming straight through my town. How crazy is that? I live in Tennessee. The path is straight through it. Out of all of Tennessee, the dotted line comes straight through here. If it gets too bad, let me know. We'll take this back inside. We'll do the norm. But I prefer to do this outside. So if the wind gets too bad, just let me know. Jack says, "Hey, Justin." Bush Hog says, "Hello, Bush. I mailed your decal out today, this morning, so you should be getting that here pretty soon, next couple of days." Well, I say that depending on how the storm affects the postal service, that could make a difference. I know the wind's picking up. Let me know if it gets too bad. I will go back inside. I got a lot of stuff to carry inside, but we'll go back inside. Just says, "Hey, Jack." Doug says, "Hello. Thanks for coming back, Doug. I appreciate it. Hopefully it comes back." I think I'm back. We're going to wind up having to go inside. The weather outside's pretty. There's a lot of big clouds up there that's getting pretty dark. So I guess I just can't get any signal outside. So we're going to take this back inside and do it old school. The camera's going to be real shaky for a minute. I am totally sorry about that. Got to open the door, close the door. Worst live stream I've ever done by far. We'll get it back here in a second. And of course, this room is dark, so we're actually going to have to turn on some lights. I totally apologize. Years old fit. Yeah, it's outside still. I'm sure they'll pick that up whenever they bring me my new one, since they screwed up the old one, bringing it inside. So I am so sorry about all the shaking and everything. Totally apologize for this. From here on out, I guess we'll do them inside because the weather's just getting bad here. Yo, yo, yo. If I can turn on some lights. All right, we're back where we started from originally. Old school. I'm going to start all over. I'll just be behind, I guess. Got quite a bit of stuff to go over today. So I'm already behind, way behind, because I'm going to blame it on a hurricane. That's what I'm going to blame it on. We'll get set up. I know y'all are probably sick by now. I was like, good Lord, that's awful. All right, let me scroll back down and find out where I was at. Sorry, I totally apologize. If anybody has just started this stream or anybody's just watching this, he's probably like, this guy is awful. And I don't blame them for that. And now I got to adjust the tripod a little bit. Okay, here we go. All right, let me find out where I was at. Go old school. I go old school. That's where I was at. We're old school. We're in the bed, and I'm burning up, and I'm taking off the Gators hat. I bought this hat in Florida. It is not a Nike hat, but it does have the American flag on it. And it's camo, and I thought, that's pretty sweet, so I bought that hat. At the Volusia Mall. God, it's hot in here. Oh, it's hot, I guess, from walking in here. All right, where are we at? You could use OBS on a laptop. Yes, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. Once I get it, it's sitting in there. I just have to figure out how to use OBS, I guess. But that's what I totally plan on doing later on. Jack says, hey, TW and Edge. I got stuff. Luckily, I had on like camouflage pants. If y'all see my Instagram post earlier, I have on those same pants. So I had a lot of pockets to carry stuff inside because I had a lot of stuff outside to carry inside. Because I got a lot of stuff I want to show y'all. Trouser says, hey, Brian, what's up? Did I miss Brian on here? Did I miss Edge saying something? Let me go to live chat. I know I'm not on it. Live chat. There we go. Now I'm on it. I'm so sorry, guys. This has been one more day. Crazy. Hey, Brian. I still don't see Brian. I didn't see Brian. I don't know. Travis said, I didn't mind the wind. Yeah, but it went to buffering. When it went to buffering, I was like, well, this sucks. Courtney says, yo, playa. I worked my car out today. The guys at work said they were impressed. Huh. So they ride bicycles to work is what you're telling me, right? I'm just kidding. You know I like the WRX. I will always talk trash until we race. And if you beat me, I will still talk trash. Edge says, hey, Jack, Gear, TR, Doug, and AAV. What's up, guys? How you doing today, Edge? Hope work went well. I was just saying outside before I got cut off, I took a half day's vacation day. My neck's been a little sore. I slept wrong. Had that car accident a few years ago. Pretty easily for my neck to get all jacked up sometimes. And I was going to go to Charleston here in about 3 or 4 weeks, but I have a feeling that Charleston may be flooded here in a little bit. So we canceled that trip. So no more vacations the rest of the year. And I have about 4 or 5 days vacation that I need to get used up or I'm going to lose it. And I took half of them today, half of one today. Jack says buffering again. Yeah, I came back inside. No buffering anymore. Mike, I can't stay driving on the road. Hey, thanks for stopping by though and saying hi, Mike. I appreciate it, buddy. You drive safe. Have a great weekend. Jack says, hey, Mike, how you doing? Keenan, hey, why am I not a moderator? I've actually only got 1 or 2 moderators, Keenan. Tell you the truth about it. I don't even know how I set them. That was bad. I don't know. I'll try to set one here in a little bit. I think you got to do that after the live's over, though, actually. Just said hi, Mike. And seriously, I can't even remember how I did it. I remember which stream I did it on, and my wife made me take that one down. But I don't remember how I did it on that stream. Just saying. My stepdaughter's friend showed that live stream to my wife. She narked me out. And then my wife said I had to take it down. Which is kind of lucky because my mom lives in North Carolina. And she was at church the other day and was talking to the preacher's wife. They're good friends. And she asked her what her son did, and she told her I worked at John Deere and I did YouTube on the side. And she said, well, what's he do on YouTube? And she said he reviews like holsters and guns and trucks and stuff like that. And she said, what's his name? And she said, Gear Runner. And she goes, I watched that guy. And my mom pulled up a picture of me and showed it to her. And sure enough, she watched me. Small world. Ed says, hi, you're backish. Just said hi, Mike. Justin, well, darn it. Sorry about the connection. Yeah, I had to come back inside. At least it's air conditioned in here. I'm not as hot now. Keenan said years old fridge. Yeah. Hopefully they take that away. What I had planned on doing, Lowe's actually did a buyback on my refrigerator because I bought the extended warranty. So when they sent me a check to replace it, I asked them, I said, "Are you going to come get this old refrigerator?" And they were like, "No, you can just keep it." So I was actually going to fix it and sell it. Well, I had a guy come look at it, and he was like, these LGs are hard to find parts for, and they're real expensive when you do. So I had him look at it, and sure enough, he said that once I fixed it, I might make $50, $75 off of it. And I was like, that's not worth keeping. So when Lowe's brings back my other one, I'm just going to pick that up and take it off because that's not worth, you know, me dealing with for $50. Jack says, "Hey Courtney, how are you? Springfield dream vehicle. My dream vehicle? I seen it today. It's odd you say that. I've never seen one of these in my town ever. We live in a small town. Now, we'll tell you again, I think I've said this before, one of the largest Ferrari collections is in my town. Like ABC or somebody did a documentary on this guy, but that's not my dream car. If and my dream car is not outrageous. I could actually afford one used if it was practical to have as a primary vehicle. My dream car is the Nissan GTR. Love the Nissan GTR. I had a 300ZX with like 522 horsepower back in the day. It was a great car. And the GTR is just an awesome car. And there was a white one that I pulled up beside of a day at a red light, and I about fell out of my truck because I'd never seen one in my town. Actually, that's only like the third one I've seen on the highway. But I feel like it's still a supercar because it outruns most supercars, but it's dependable. It's something you could drive every day for the most part. And you can send it to a place called Alpha 12, and I think I forget where it's at, but they'll put like 1,200 horsepower in it for like another 25 or $30,000, which seems like a lot of money. But when you're paying $120,000 for a car, and then you bump it up to 1,200 horsepower, and it'll outrun a Bugatti, and a Bugatti's like 1.2 million, that's a pretty good bargain. Not that I have enough money to do any of that, but that's still a pretty good bargain. Matt, yo, what's up, Matt? How are you, buddy? How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Ed says not as bad as my live streams. I don't know. That was pretty bad. Me carrying that phone here is all up my face, and I didn't have a light on. It was bad. Trouser said, "Hey Matt." Ed said, "Yo Matt." Matt says, "Any word from Olight?" No, I have not heard back from them. I did send it to them, but I did hear back from Wilder Tactical, but not Olight. The Wilder Tactical thing, I have an opportunity there, but I'm probably not going to take it. I have other companies that I'm working with. I actually have something big coming on, more than likely. I can't really discuss that now because the paperwork's not all been finalized or anything like that. But I'm working on something fairly big with another gear company. And I have another gear company that I really work with a lot too. Um, so Wilder Tactical is probably not going to happen. Just saying. But I've not heard back from Olight. Trouser said no problem gear. Just got a text. Courtney said, "Hi Jack, I'm doing good. It had been a long week, so I'm happy for the weekend." Me too. When the longest weeks are when you get back from vacation. So I just got back and I've been wore out all week because we went to the game and I was going to do a live stream from Florida. I want to say that I was going to do that. I had zero service. When I got in there with like 80,000 people around me, even tailgating, it rained for like 3 hours before the ball game started. During the ball game, it didn't rain at all. But it rained for like 2 or 3 hours before the ball game, so we didn't even get to tailgate much. It cost $55 to park, and that parking lot was tiny. I about died. My wife's friends was in front of us, and he pulled up, and the guy was like $55, and I heard it through the window, and I almost melted down into the floorboard because that was the smallest parking lot I'd ever seen, and he charged $55. But anyway, immediately when I pulled into Gainesville, into the school, I had no service. I tried to do a live stream. I tried to watch videos. I tried to post a picture on Instagram. It wouldn't even do that. It was crazy. Matt said, "Sup, gang? Sup? How y'all doing? Sup?" Tunnel Whisperer, it not Emma, it's Florence. Yeah, Florence is tearing up Jack. And That's why I canceled my trip to Charleston. Courtney, how are you, Jack? And if you are in the eye of the storm, I know Dan Solderholm is down there, and I'm not sure he's going to be on here tonight because I know he's in this weather. Please pray for all the people that is in the path of this storm. This is a pretty bad storm, even though it has been downgraded to a Category 1. A lot of rain and storm surges coming off this. So keep those people in your thoughts and prayers. Please stay safe if you're in the path. And like I said outside, the storm is coming straight through my town, and I'm 5 hours from the beach, 5.5. Crazy. We're probably gonna get a lot of rain. My front door isn't that high off the ground, so I did buy some sandbags. I'm probably the only person in Tennessee that bought sandbags, but I did buy sandbags because my front door isn't that high off the ground. It's almost ground level. And the ground kind of slopes towards the door a little bit. So I was like, nope, not chancing it. I'd rather, just like a gun, I'd rather have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. Courtney says, how are you, Jack? Bush Hog says, you left Florida to go back home for the hurricane. I know, right? I tried to get my wife to stay and just move down there, and she wasn't having none of that. Trouser said, LL Bush Hog. I know, I know. Jack says, I'm so glad we got 2 days off. How's the car, Courtney? It's slow, Jack. I'll go ahead and answer for her. It's slow. Matt says, smash the like button. Like the storm hitting the coast. Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Keenan says, Gear use the stickers. Hey, thanks. I'm glad you used them, man. Hope you liked them. I'm glad you got them. Keenan said, I could teach you some OBS tips. I may need some OBS tips. I'll holler at you once I get that computer and get it started going. It says, check out with your real estate whisperer. She is great with it. Yeah, I've heard that also. I'm going to have to check both of you. Courtney says, Jack, that car is amazing. I got to show it off today to a couple of car guys at work at lunch. It probably took the whole lunch just to get around the parking lot. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Jeep Wrangler Club just followed me on Instagram. I don't own a Jeep, but I appreciate you following me. My wife would like to have a Jeep though. Who knows? Maybe one day. Ken says, Edge every day I have to ask you real estate whisperer about some OBS tips. She is very good on that. Very good on that. Jack says, awesome, Courtney. Really happy for you. Justin said, awesome, Court. I'm happy for you too. I'm just busting your chops. I'm always going to do this. This is just who I am. If I don't give you a hard time, you'd think I didn't like you. Ken says the STI would win because of its wood shift knob. Yeah, but this is a straight up WRX against Civic Si. And if a STI went against a Type R, which is a more fair comparison, I don't know about that. The Type R is pretty quick. Courtney says, hi, Justin. I'm just giving Courtney a hard time. Ed says, stop blaming it on the accident. You're old. That's probably a little bit of it, too. I'm not even going to lie. Jack says, Justin, what have you been up to? Probably about 5, 10, or 11. Justin says, very old. Justin! Justin says, not much at all, Jack. What about you? Keenan says, no, you click on the name and hit add moderator. Okay. I'll do it in a minute. Here, I'll appease you, Keenan. I'm going to make you a moderator. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't be like moderating people that didn't do nothing wrong. But there you go. You can have it. Jack said, been busy week. Justin, glad we got the next 2 days off to relax. Might go to the movies. You know, I'd like to see that new Predator movie. I think it came out this weekend. I'd kind of like to see that. I like the Predator movies. I've liked them ever since the first one. So, I don't know. Ken says, Edge every day. I can add mods on a phone. I just added one on here. You're a moderator. David B just got here. You still look hungover, Gear. I've not been hungover. Maybe not since that one live stream my wife made me take down. But I missed the beach already. Just said, did you say you had LASIK surgery? Are you happy? Yes, I did have LASIK surgery. I had LASIK surgery probably 15 years ago now. I've probably still got 20/20 vision or so. So I couldn't be more happy with it. If that would have cost me $10,000, it would have been totally worth it to never have to wear glasses or contacts again. Seriously. It's worth it. Ed says you need to be on desktop mod, and that kills the battery. I'll keep it plugged in. It's a fairly new desktop or a laptop, so hopefully, it'll keep up. But if not, I can plug it up and keep it plugged up while I do it. Justin says, "Awesome, Jack. You deserve a relaxing weekend. You do, Jack. Take time off, kick back, relax, enjoy family. I do that every weekend. That's why I don't post on the weekends. And now that college football here, I don't have nothing to post on because I have 40 devices running at one time to watch college football. Just says, hey, David. Jack says, thanks, Justin. I hope everybody has a good weekend. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I hope it doesn't go by too fast for you because the weekends go by so fast. It's awful. It's just awful. It says, my dream car that I can't afford is a 49 Mercury dropped and chopped. Yeah, I'll never buy a GTR. As much as I'd like, YouTube is going to have to really going to take off for me to buy a GTR. I'm just saying. Let's see here. Know nothing about GTR, but looks amazing. That GTR is fast, Justin. It's like 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds because it's got launch control. It's ridiculous. They call it Godzilla because it takes down like tons of supercars when they race them. Justin, the Duramax needs a lot of work. Have a 3500 HD Silverado now. Who does? What are you talking about? Wing King, go Hokies. Trouser, castrated turkeys. That is right. That is right. I'm telling you, co-ops, they're all from Virginia Tech and castrated turkey. Wing, I don't know if you knew that. Your mascot's a castrated turkey. Just saying. Jack says, hello, Wing. Travis says, Wing. Wing says, your mom. My mom's not a castrated turkey. She's a lady. But maybe that's how she became a lady. Food for thought. Just kidding. Ed says, yo, Wing. Wing says, hey, Jack. Wing says, Edge, what's up, buddy? How you been doing? All about vehicles. A Hokey. Yeah. Hog says, I keep hitting that button. Alien shape shift holsters. What do you think? Alien shape shift or alien gear? Because I know alien gear makes a holster, but I've never heard of alien shape shift. Oh, you talking about the new one they've got out? I know what you're talking about. The one that you can change around. I've not owned one of them. I've owned a few of alien gear holsters. I've never had a problem with them. They've all been. I got to raise up. They've all been fairly good holsters. No issues really with them at all. Like I said, it's not my recommended holster, but there again, like I said, I've never had any issues with them. So if you're looking for a decently priced holster that will last you pretty good, Alien Gear is a pretty good holster. But I've never used the Shapeshift. All About Vehicles says $55. That's nuts here in the BMO field at 133. What? $133 to park? That's ridiculous. I wouldn't pay it. I'd have left. I'd have drove back to Ormond. I'd be like, I wouldn't have. I paid too much for the tickets. I'd have parked like 3 miles down the road and walked. Though there's no way I'd have paid $100 and some to park. Wing says they suck. The Gators did because we got our hind ends whipped. They probably won't allow me back in Gainesville after that because that's the first time I'd been there, and we got beat the first time in 32 years. So they're like, you need to leave. The people behind me was like, literally, he said this. He said, whoever's its first time here, they can't come back again. I didn't mention it was my first time there because there was about 80,000 people in that place, and I'm not in good enough shape to whip 80,000 people. So I shut up. Jack says Alien Shape has some good holsters, but after time not so good. I've not used mine long enough for that. Now I have used them, 3 or 4 months, and then I switched over to Stealth Gear. As most of y'all know, Stealth Gear for my concealed carry is really the company that I go to. Um, and I've had them for years and no issues at all. But I do still have some Alien Gear holsters that's held up decent. I use mostly their leather ones. I don't use their other ones. I don't really like that neoprene material. I've had a couple of them. I usually sell them. But the leather ones hold up all right because, well, they're leather. But they're probably not as comfortable as the other ones. And they might hold up better. I don't know. Off road the Xterra soon. I've been thinking about that. Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. My wife wants me to take over her car for the channel. If my channel makes enough money, which my channel's kind of been slacking here lately. I don't know what's been going on. Maybe my content's got bad or it's not as good as it used to be, possibly. I don't know. But my channel hasn't been getting very good views lately. But she wants me to take it over for the channel. If that happens, I'll probably sell the Xterra, take over her car, and she wants to buy something else. So the SI will become, the Civic Si will become a channel project car. Hashtag will void warranties. And we'll see how that goes. Courtney says hi, Wing. Courtney says hi, Bush Hog. Wing says, hey, Mrs. Edge. What's up? Ed says, is the cover done now? Wink. Is the cover done now? Wink. Which cover? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I know I probably should know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. If we're talking about the big stuff coming to the channel, it's not done yet. All the paperwork's not done. We've not signed that. Bushhog says, hi, Courtney. I will tell you this. If this goes through what I'm talking about that I'm not really going to tell y'all totally about, the channel will probably get bigger quicker. Just saying. Jack says, are you thinking of getting alien holster, Bush? I would prefer stealth gear. I'm just saying that. The Black Hawk or the Black Arch holster that I had the other day, it seems to be a really good holster too, and it was pretty comfortable. So either one of them is probably a good one to go with. The Tuxton Tactical, if you're looking for an All Kydex holster, that's my All Kydex company. I've got a couple holsters coming from them right now. I have another in the waistband holster, and I also have a outside the waistband holster that actually has the hood that comes up for the retention of the firearm. So I have two of them coming. The one will be for the inside the waistband will be for a Glock 19 with a TLR7, and the outside the waistband will be for a Glock 19 with a Surefire X300U. And I've always said that I would not buy a Glock 19X. That may change because I can see where a 17 round mag length grip would come in handy on a duty style rig. And I've always said that duty style would be okay, but concealed carry, that's not a concealed carry gun in my opinion. The grip's too long. It's made backwards. And I caught a lot of flack for saying it's made backwards, but it is for concealed carry. But in a duty carry rig like that, totally okay. I may buy one. But that will not be my next gun. I do have a next gun that I just got. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what it is. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Boom. Ruger Vaquero, single action, 45 long Colt with a 5-inch barrel in stainless steel. This thing is so smooth, seriously. I mean, this gun is pretty sweet. I really like that gun. I actually owned it for a minute before. It wasn't very long. Sold it to a guy to buy something else. I took it in a trade, sold it to another guy real quick. That guy sold it back to the guy that I got off of, and I just got off him again. I was in a situation, I traded a custom flashlight, a Surefire custom flashlight. I no longer use Surefire flashlights. I use Malkoff flashlights. So, the brand new Malkoff V2 Bodyguard right here. First looks at it. Now, they have been selling these for a few weeks now. I think Jack actually has one. He got his before I got mine. They got a little bit behind. I didn't get mine. But I do have it now for testing and review. Awesome, awesome light. Awesome light. But that's not what I traded for. I traded for the Malkoff Wildcat that I actually did a review on a while back. I like this light so well. It was my buddy's light. My buddy also owned this Ruger Vaquero, and I traded a custom Surefire and my custom Olamic Tactical folder knife and a ZT 0561 knife for the Ruger Vaquero, the Malkoff Wildcat, and I also got 100 rounds of 45 long Colt with it. All right, where we at here? It says, I can't talk crap about your car because I own one. My Tundra? I know it, right? I know it. Bush Hog, I already have alien holsters. Like I said, I've got a few of them over here, and I've not had any issues with them. But I've not really used them. Used them. My stealth gear holsters, I've used them for years, and they almost look brand new. But I've used the alien gear for a couple months, just kind of testing it out. And the leather one I used, I didn't have any issues with, and I didn't own the other 2.0. I've never owned the 3.0 or whatever they're up to now, but the 2.0 one, I didn't own it long enough to really see if it's going to work good. But I didn't have any problems with it, you know, when I used it. I just didn't use it long enough for it to come apart. How you like them, Bush? Like I said, that's my experience with them. I just haven't used the 2.0 long enough. Courtney says, "You make me laugh, Andy. Bust away. Yeah. Slow ass WRX." Just kidding. Travis said, "Well, you don't really give me a hard time. Does that mean you don't like me?" Justin, I give you a hard time all the time. Your name's Trouser Rouser. I came up with that. That's the ultimate bust right there. I named you that. Bushhog says it's pretty nice if you buy the $90 ship shaped. I've never had the ship shaped. I've seen it. Um, I don't know if they would send me one for review or not. And really and truly, I have really good relationships with the holster companies that I have right now. So I probably won't get to review one of them. Um, just because they treat me so well that I don't want to venture out too much from them. Kind of dance with the one that brung you kind of thing. So the couple of holster companies I really, have a good relationship with and are building more relationships with them, will probably be the ones that you'll see mainly on the channel. And you will see more of them coming up, I'm sure, because there's more stuff coming. I know. All About Vehicle says, "I'm not that stupid." I didn't say you was that stupid. I was just saying, don't do anything crazy. All About Vehicles, I'm dumb though. I'm kidding. I'm not saying you're dumb. You was wearing it out last night on your Real Estate Whispers. That's crazy. Keenan on your Real Estate Whisperer last night on her trivia thing. God, he was wearing it out. This is nuts. He had like 6 points, and I don't know. I didn't have any. It says they stack crap that high. Yep. Wing King's laughing. Edge says, "Edge of her days." Keenan's laughing at Edge. My light flickered. Irma's coming. Or not Irma, but Florence is coming. All About Vehicle says, "I can't have laser surgery." Maybe you can eventually. I don't know. I mean, I had to wait till I was 20 or 21. I can't remember. Just says, "Where's Rob?" I don't know where Rob's at. He didn't contact me today, so I figured he would be here. Jack said, "I had issue with mine. I busted on me and shipped it back and got a new one, and it tore on me." So did the backing tear? That's what I hear most about that. I've not tested that. I don't know, but I hear on the newer ones with that neoprene backing that the backing tears. That's just what I hear. Uh, Keenan says Rob is lifting Krista's Jeep. He's gonna get a hernia. Bush Hog, so far mine's doing good. That's good. I've heard that the backing will tear, but I don't know. Like I said, I didn't own mine long enough to give an honest opinion about it. Bush Hog says Plymouth Thunderbird. That's the car. Is it Thunderbird or Superbird? Didn't they make the Superbird? Ford made the Thunderbird, didn't they? Edge says all about vehicles. He is. Wing King says no, Justin's mom. Justin's mom. Keenan's mom. She'll be in here yelling at him in a minute. Courtney says if you make it like that on YouTube to get a GTR, then you have to get me a matching one. Just saying. All right, if I make it big enough, not that I can afford me one, because I make it big enough to afford me one, I probably can't afford two at that point in time. But if I ever make it big enough to where I'm making, pootie pie money, let's say, I'll buy you a GTR. Any color you want. All About Vehicle says, "Oh dear." Bush Hog says the Plymouth Roadrunner. Okay, that's it. I was drunk. Jack said, "I would like to have an old Lincoln with suicide doors." Those are cool. Saturn come out with that car, suicide doors, the SC1, not a few years ago. And Yeah, it didn't have the same appeal as that did. But when I think about suicide doors, I think about the Lincolns, and then the newer cars, I think about the Saturns and the Mazda RX-8. I think they had that. David said, "Have you been able to get the co-ops to subscribe?" I ain't asked the co-ops to subscribe yet. I need to. I need to ask them to do that, but I've not asked them. I give them a hard time all day. It's hard to tell them what they would say if they were on here. It says Jack, 50 Caddy would be a great too. It would be. I had a buddy that bought an old 50 something or 60 something Cadillac, and we drove all the way to Louisville, Kentucky to get it. I drove his Tahoe back. You could fit like 17 bodies in the trunk of that car. I could almost fit the Tahoe in the trunk of that. That was crazy how big the trunk. I was amazed. Wayne King says, Edge, I finished the cover a few days ago. Have a video up. Eddie, what's up, Eddie? How you doing? Hey, Gear. I was just talking about how good Keenan did on your channel last night, or your Real Estate Whisperers channel, on that trivia night. He was tearing that up. Tim says TCU is going down tomorrow night. I hate to say it, but I believe you're right. I've seen them both play a little bit because I didn't get to watch any football last week except for Florida because I had zero service. So I do think just what little bit I've got to see that Ohio State will beat them tomorrow. If I that's the only test you will have right now, I believe, toward the end of the year. Towards the end of the year. Justice says, "Hey Eddie." Courtney says, "When I went to a preseason Eagles games, it was 50 to the park. I said so much for free tickets that I won at work." I know, right? When I parked at the football field, Tennessee Titan football field, it was $40. But it was a big parking lot. This thing was tiny. I mean, I couldn't even open my door to the first little stop. That's how crowded it was. The parking lot, I don't know how big it was. It was tiny, and there must have been 80 cars in there. It was ridiculous how little that place was. And they fit like 80 cars in there. It was nuts. But I don't know if I would really want to go back. I enjoyed seeing it live and all that. But it was, I don't know, it was so hot. It rained like 3 hours, and the humidity was stupid in Florida. So I prefer to just watch it at home. You get a better view of it. The camera's right up in all the action. I just enjoyed it. If I want to go to the bath, I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't get nothing to drink. I was starting to cramp up because I was yelling when Kentucky was on the field, and I was trying to distract them like everybody else was, and I'd drunk all the Coke I'd had, and it was crazy. It was a good experience. I'm glad I did it. When they did the Gator Walk, I was looking around. There was like 3 or 4 snipers on top of the stadium looking around. There were SWAT team members everywhere with short-barreled rifles and suppressors on. I don't know how many cops was there. It was crazy. The people were dressed. You should have seen how the women was dressed. It was nuts. This one woman turned around. She had a shirt that was cut off way more than Rob's shirt is. I mean, she only had like this much holding it on at the bottom. She had on no bra. She turned around and her boob literally just fell out. I mean, fell plumb out. And she just smiled and put it back in and walked off. I was like, what is going on down here? This is crazy. My wife was like, did you see that? And I was like, I didn't see nothing. No, I didn't. I said, yeah, I seen it. Jack said, I will agree with you, Edge. That's a beauty. Eddie said, I agree. Tim Francis, don't agree with Tim. We're not Ohio State fans. Bad, Eddie. I'm just kidding. Richard said, hi, everyone. If everybody was a fan of the same team, then, football wouldn't be fun anymore. Look at that. Keenan's already been a moderator and deleted somebody's comment. His own. Courtney said, Richard, what's up? Did I miss Richard's comment? I did. Richard say, hey, everyone. Hey, Richard, welcome to the live stream, buddy. How are you? I done showed off one gun tonight. I showed off a couple Malkoff flashlights. Trouser said, Richard. Eddie said, hey, Trouser Rouser. What's up? Jack said, hello, Eddie. Wing King said, I take the train to the Falcons game for $2. Drops me off the front gate. That's awesome. That's the way to do it right there. Let somebody else take you. But the crazy thing is, in Nashville, if you take an Uber That's like major red time, and they will charge you out the wazoo to take an Uber. You're better off just paying the park. Richard said, "Hi, gear runner, and I am still glad you are not talking about guns today." And I just did that because I showed this one. I traded for this today. A little bit different, not tactical like it usually is, but I still like it. Jack said, "Hello, Richard and Tim. Speaking of guns, let's go ahead and talk about another one. Glock Gen 4. This thing is fixing to get a huge makeover. I'm not going to mention the company right now. Me and the company has something going on, and I'm going to take the slide off and send it to them, and they are going to way do some great work on this slide. Their work is amazing, and they've agreed to do that for some YouTube time, and I agreed to some YouTube time for some cutting on my slide. So I am so looking forward to that. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting this for a little while, and we've come, I'm gonna send this in probably next week, and they said it'd take a few weeks to get it back, but I'm just stoked about this. I mean, I cannot wait. It's gonna be amazing. Jack says, "Hello, Richard and Tim." Eddie says, "Hey, Jack, how are you?" Wing King 27 1 parts for the SI gear. Check them out. I will. I'm going to actually screenshot that right now if I can figure out where that's at. Well, hang on a second. There we go. Got it screenshotted. I'll check that out. Ed says, "Hey, Eddie." Jack said, "Doing good, Eddie. How are you?" Bush Hog, got to go, y'all. Have a good weekend. Have a great weekend, Bush Hog. Thanks for stopping by and saying hey. We'll see you next time, buddy. And as soon as I get a shirt, man, I'll get it to you. Wing King says, "Peace, family. Have a nice night. You have a great night too, Wing." I'm probably so far behind. These people's probably already off by now. Ed says, "See you later, Bush." Um, Trouser said, "Hey, have a great weekend, Bush Hog." Richard said, "Gear runner. I'm waiting for my food to be doped off. I'm sure it means dropped off at my house, and it's the cotton candy latte and a donut from Dunkin' Donuts. That's not a very good supper. I had Wendy's, 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, but I bought a bunch of stuff, and it's all junk food. So when the hurricane comes through here, it may rain a little bit. That's all we're getting. But I was just screwing my wife so I could buy a bunch of junk food. So I have a bunch of junk food to eat. All About Vehicle says, "Hey, Mr. Smallhorn, how are you doing?" Also bought a lantern. I like flashlights and just light in general. Ed says, "Hi, Richard." Courtney says, "Hi, Eddie." Keenan, I saw this on Insta. Yep. I put an ode to Young Guns. If y'all have ever seen Young Guns, and the younger people may not have seen Young Guns, when Emilio Estevez says, "I'll make you famous," I did a little twist on that. So I put on my multicam hat. I put on my plate carrier and all that, gloves, took my revolver outside, and did the same picture kind of like that. But I did a new twist on an old video, on an old movie, and put a caption at the bottom that said, "I'll make you famous." I don't know, maybe it's stupid. I thought it was kind of funny. Trevor said, "I love revolvers." I'm not a huge revolver fan, but I really wanted a Colt just like this. Same grips, stainless steel, 5-inch barrel, and everything. And when I seen this old Ruger, which is in perfect shape, I mean, it's an old gun because the frame's built off like a Red Hawk or something like that. So it's beefier and it will actually shoot hotter loads than the new ones will. And the thing is like brand new. And the guy got off of my buddy. He had the box to it. He had the owner's manual. He had everything with it. Um, I really like it. It's probably here to stay. Rich said, "I would love to have the shotgun from the Terminator that Arnold Schwarzenegger used." I can't remember. Was that the pistol grip one? I can't remember which one that was. Eddie said, "Hey, Courtney." Eddie, all about vehicles. Hello, Edge. Hey, Richard Garner. All from Eddie. Ed says, "What's for dinner, Eddie?" Garner says, "Courtney, I hope Edge is not running around in his birthday suit. That makes two of us. Although I can't see him, so I'm a little okay with it if he wants to do it. But if he starts posting pictures like on Instagram, I may have to unfollow him." Oh, that's funny. Jack said, now you're talking my language. Malkoff lights are awesome. Malkoff lights are great. Two of them. This one is testing right now. There'll be a video up in a week or two. I've used that light a lot at work. Although at work, I can't get any footage of it. They won't let me film anything there, take pictures. So you just have to take my word I'm using it there, which I am a lot. Ed says, nope, not tonight, Richard. But I did get the Wildcat, Jack, and I know you got a Wildcat too, and I really like it. Although mine is the neutral tint. That's okay. I prefer the cool tint, but neutral tint's good. It's good. Throbber, what's up, man? I seen that little icon you got now. The force is not strong with that one. I'm just kidding. I do like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Hey, yeah, I forgot about the time change. That's totally understandable. I would have done that too. Ed says, yo, Throb, what's up? Courtney says, Richard, he always has his birthday suit on. It's just sometimes he has clothes over it. Don't we all? I think all of us are that way. I'm currently that way now. You all don't know. I may not have on pants right now. Of course, I was outside, but I might not. But I do. Travis said, Rob, glad you made it. Throbney says, hey, Edge, Jack, if you go to Tombstone, Arizona, and walk into a saloon, you can buy a shot of whiskey with a 45 long Colt bullet. I heard about that. And I could get pretty drunk because I've got 100 of them over here. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I might buy one just because that's kind of cool, but I wouldn't buy 100 of them. And if y'all don't know, here is a 45 long Colt bullet next to my pinky. It's not the biggest, bullet I've ever seen. I had a 454 Casull that was almost as long as my pinky, but that is still a pretty good sized bullet. No lies. Throb says, hey, Justin. Richard said, Courtney. Jack, hey, Throb. How are you? Courtney says, Throbber. Throb Nation, I forgot about the time change. Being an hour behind. Do you not have the notification bell on for me? Keenan, I'm so good at trivia. You actually were last night. I'm giving you that. Eddie, chicken and adobo, garlic, lemon, olive oil, and white vinegar marinade, cauliflower, and biscuits. Is there meat in that? Because I read all that and, okay, chicken. Sorry, chicken. No, don't you all start giving me a hard time about that. Chicken was the first word, and I've had a lot of concussions. So by the time I got through the end of it, I forgot what I read first on my behalf. Just saying. Throb Nation says, hey, Jack, good hearing you. Richard, Rob, why'd you change your profile picture? Because he wanted to be on the dark side. Eddie says, hey, Throb. Throb Nation says, hey, Courtney. Justin just sent a message to the Subi Life. Throb Nation, Eddie. Edge, hey, Gear. If AV is a moderator, can I be an administrator? I don't know if they have that. Administrator. This is just a test trial for Keenan. Just make sure he does a good job. Throb Nation, I'm the Messiah, Richard. Whoa. No, you're on the dark side. Jack says, rain started again. Is it raining? There's a gnat in here. Is it raining in South Texas, Throb? It's not raining here yet, but it's supposed to come, I think, tomorrow night. We're supposed to be getting a lot of it. And I've just let y'all know I'm just now doing laundry from Florida. I about got all done today since I took a half day's vacation, but I kicked the suitcase with my small toe so many times I thought I broke it 14 times in the last week, and I had to get that suitcase up out of the floor. So that's all done. We're good. Just said my aunt lives right where the hurricane is in Florence, South Carolina. Ah, man, I hate to hear that, Justin. I hope she's okay. Hope she does good. Hope she got out. I thought it was kind of weird that they named the hurricane Florence and it's nailing Florence. I drive through Florence every time I go to Myrtle. Y'all know I go to Myrtle once or twice a year, and I always go through Florence or right around Florence. And I hope everybody in the path of the hurricane is safe. Richard says, Rob, LOL. And I have a feeling that Dan Solderholm just doesn't have any service right now, or I figure he would probably be on here because he lives down in that way. Trouser says, love the profile picture, Rob. Rob says, no rain yet, Jack. Probably on the way, though. Richard,
seeing these things pop up here, and I'm trying to read them while I'm reading the comments. Richard says, Rob, are you in the bedroom where all the magic happens? Uh, Rob, probably where the magic happens. He's in there trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat or something. He's like, ta-da, Krista. She's like, not amused, Rob, not amused. Edge, I am downloading this video for proof after it uploads. Proof. Huh? All About Vehicles says Mazda RX-7. RX-7 is the old one, not the new one. RX-8's the new one. Oh, is that your fantasy car, dream car? Throb Nation says driving, and is Krista with you? She's not on here. Courtney says, thank you, Poppy Pie Jr., Poopy Pie Jr. I will hold you to that. Yeah, if I'm making his kind of money, I'll definitely do it. Dan, hey Gear, better batten down the hatch. How are you doing, Dan? Is the weather okay down there? I know it's coming. Trouser says your shirt looks really comfortable. My shirt, it is pretty comfortable. It's Under Armour. Under Armour's about all I wear. Robbie boy. Richard says it has been raining really hard here all week, and there is more rain coming next week. That sucks. Hate the rain. I'm over the rain. Rain's got me irritated this year. That's all it's done to rain. Mow my yard 14 times a week. Ed says, hey Dan, how's the weather? Hope it's good. Jack says, hey Dan. Throb Nation says, hi little fella K. Dan says, windy and some rain. Hope it's not too much rain. Hope you're not getting any storm surge or anything like that. Trouser says, hey Dan, you okay there? Ed says, hope all is well, Dan. Be safe down there, buddy. Dan says, Edge, love the new logo. Me too. I seen that earlier. Dan said, we're good for now. The heaviest is still on the way. Yeah, that's what I seen, man. That's what I seen. Which part are you down there? I don't know exactly where you live. I just know that you're down that way. So, where exactly are you at in the path of the storm? And the crazy thing is, we're in the path of the storm in Tennessee. The little white dotted line that's headed inland comes straight over my little town. My little town's never on a map, and on this map, it even has my town wrote out. It's crazy. Ed says, thank you, sir. I like it. Courtney's friend made it for me. I do like it too. Eddie, I live less than 30 minutes from Tiger Stadium, and I still rather watch a game on TV. The stadium is so much fun to be in, but nothing beats the comfort of home. True, true. And you're fighting that whole crowd. I don't know. It was an experience. I marked it off my bucket list. It's good, crazy people, but I like watching it at home. Richard said, Gear Runner, the Florida Gators should be called the Florida Grasshopper. It really should be after that game. We left like 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. We didn't even stay for the whole game. We actually got out really quick. Good answer, Andy. I didn't see nothing. Me neither. Real Estate Whisperer, yay. We were talking about sports. Oh, hell. Now, guns. We can talk about anything on this channel pretty much. As long as we keep it halfway decently clean. But yeah, I've been talking about sports, guns, flashlights, a little bit of everything. All About Vehicles says, stop at Gear with the firearms. I'm jealous. I have a couple. I actually got another one this week that I actually paid for the Charleston trip with a firearm for the room. The guy needed a concealed carry gun. I had one I was going to sell. The money pretty much equaled out. And I had to go pick that one back up since we canceled the trip. He was like, I understand. I'll give it back to you. I offered to let him buy it. And he was like, just come get it. So I was good with it. So I actually got that one back. It was it was my HK P30 SK, which I may wind up trading for a full-size Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 that I want to make into a target pistol and put that awesome Apex trigger in. Holy crap, that's an awesome trigger at 2.5 pounds. 2.5 pounds. Oh, it's great. Jack says, hello, you Real Estate Whisperer. Ed says, hey, you Roo. Dan says, hey, Roo, laughing. I know, right? Real Estate Whisperer. Hello, Edge, Dan, Solder Home, and Jack. Justice says, LMAO Krista, we're talking about houses next. Gear's buying a mansion in Whoa, Gear ain't buying no mansion in Beverly Hills. I wouldn't live in California for it. Their gun, all right, we've just been talking about guns for 30 minutes and their gun laws in California. I'll probably never step foot in that place. I would love to see California if they could, become a free state like the rest, like the most of us. I ain't gonna say the rest of us. There's some other states like that, like New Jersey. But if they become a free state like some of us, I would love to go see California. I would love to. I'll probably see Texas and Arizona. I really want to see Arizona. I don't know why. It's blistering hot. I love the heat, but I've always wanted to see California. But I'm sure I'll stop through Texas. Maybe I'll stop by and see Rob on the way to Arizona one day. It says, "Hey, all about Keenan. I will show you mine on Sunday." You're what? I must miss something. Still talking about birthday suits because if we are, I'm not tuning into that 500 subscriber giveaway if you're going to show Keenan in your birthday suit. I'm out. Eddie says, "Hey Dan, Edge, how's it going, you roo? Thought Nation, hey roo. Your roo says, Trouser, I can't talk about houses. I can talk about I can talk about houses. I can't talk about houses because I don't know anything about houses other than I live in one. And I make a payment on it every month. That's all I know." Dan says, "Hey Eddie, Real Estate Whispers, hey ya Throb Nation. Edge, you roo. Would you recommend Fire or webcam for OS? FSIR, FSLR, or a webcam for OS?" Yeah, I may have some questions about that too once I get the computer going. Uh, going good Edge. Edge says DSLR. Okay, I was like, I don't know, DSLR or for OBS, and I may have some questions for that too. Webcam, okay. So the laptop should have a webcam in it, so we're good to go there. Eddie says 4 for $4 at Wendy's is the best. I've not had that. I usually get the same thing everywhere I go. We actually had Genevieve's Pizza in Ormond Beach like 4 or 5 days in a row. We would eat lunch like real early at like 3 or 4 o'clock, and then we'd be hungry again at 8, and we'd go get a pizza because it was so good, and we know we couldn't get one here that we ate pizza like every single night at like 8 o'clock. I probably put on 15 pounds. Jack says Wendy's has a good salads too. They really do. That's when I was losing all the weight. I ate a ton of Wendy's salads, tons. Dan says $5 box from Hardee's. Oh man, that's so good. That is good. I'm agreeing with Dan on that. They're good. Keenan, Glocks are made in Austria. Some of them are made in Georgia in the United States. Glock built a manufacturing company in Georgia. I can't remember which part of Georgia that is. You think I'd know. I actually owned one that was built in Georgia. But they actually have a manufacturing company in Georgia. I'd have to look, but I should know this, but I'm drawing a blank. Uru, Wendy's cod sandwich is good. Trouser, I'm eating Wendy's chili cheese fries. Eddie, very true, Jack. Courtney, yes, Jack. They brought the taco salad back. They did bring it back. I actually had one a couple weeks ago. Edge, thanks, Christina. That's what I thought. I have a DSLR and use, but I see the issues that Vince has with it staying on. Okay. Like I said, the laptop I'll be using has a webcam in it, so we should be good to go there. Dan says my go-to double quarter pounder meal from McDonald's. I like the Big Macs, but most time I get 2 cheeseburgers and like a medium fry because my dog really likes fries. I'm not a big potato eater. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I live in the South and I hate potatoes. So I get those to help my dog helps me eat them. That way he don't beg for the sandwich. Keenan says, "Oh, do you have a G43?" I do have a G43. I do. Keenan says, "Hey, you roo." Jack says, "Cod sandwich is great too." Your Real Estate Whisperer. I'm skipping that. If I wish Rob would say that. I like Jack. I ain't gonna do Jack that way. But I wish Rob would say it. I like Rob too. I'm just kidding. Your Real Estate Whisperer, Edge Every Day C920 by Logitech is like $79 and works perfectly fine. So, would the webcam on the laptop work okay? I'm assuming it would. So I don't know, but I'm assuming that. I would think I wouldn't have to buy a separate webcam. All About Vehicles, howdy. All About Vehicles. I need to get a few tips from you on OBS stuff and video stuff. I'm somewhat a techie. I am just not a software whiz. I'm not a techie or a software whiz. I am a guy that can use my phone and a GoPro. Although I've not got the computer to get the GoPro videos off yet. I just asked my stepdaughter if I could have her computer the other day since she wasn't using it. We bought it, like I told everybody else, we bought it for college. She decided to go to cosmetology school, so she's not using it. So, new laptop for the channel. Dan, Real Estate Whisperer, what do you use for regular videos? I use a GoPro and an iPhone. I do have videos up right now that I did shoot with the GoPro, but I do still use my iPhone for stuff as well. Richard says, Gear Runner, I saw an Amish girl take a squat in front of her house today. I don't know what to say about that. Was it number 1 or 2? That makes a difference. It says, great, thanks for the help. I might get one this weekend for this weekend's giveaway. Real Estate Wizards DSLR for my regular videos. Edge, don't worry, Andy. I will send them to your Oh, God. Oh, Richard, Gear Runner. There's a lot of nasty girls on Instagram. Truth. Dan, thank you. I have been using my iPad for now. I use my iPhone for a lot of stuff. I do, like I said, I do use a GoPro. I've got several videos up that I've used a GoPro for, but I bought this chip that goes in my bottom of my phone that I can download from the GoPro to the phone. And I found out if I shoot in anything above 1080p or the video's too long, it doesn't like to download to my phone. And I don't, like I said, I've not got the laptop yet. I just come to this agreement or whatever, and I was going to take it a couple of days ago, and I've just not done it yet. Been really busy. It's crazy. Life has been so busy lately. I'm working with a lot of companies, which is good. I'm not complaining about that. It's good that the channel has companies that want to work with it, but a lot of testing and stuff going on. So it's some things get on the back burner. Keenan says, okay, I have a DSLR camera. Never use it though. Your Real Estate Whisperer. How about vehicles? I had someone help me with the settings for OBS. I just made the graphics and all the scenes. I hope this is pretty easy to use because I'm pretty stupid when it comes to computers. So I hope OBS is pretty easy to use. I'm going to try it sometime. Richard says, Gear Runner, I have my Scottish kilt right now. Don't pop a squat in front of your house. Edge, I have used DSLR for a couple of videos and didn't see much difference except for the fisheye. Keenan says, Edge, do understand. Edge every day, do understand. It does work wonders. Dan, Richard Garner, please tell me that there's something else. I know, right? Edge 4570 and a Golden Boy. I don't own one of them. I've actually never shot a 4570. I've shot a 444, which is a massive bullet, but never a 4570. Real Estate Whisperer, for me, the DSLR looks really great and good lighting. I've heard that about those. Richard says, Dan, there is no underwear on under a kilt. I've heard that. I have heard that. Ed says, I agree, Yuru. Yuru says, Richard Garner, kilts can be refreshing when there's a breeze. Dan, thought about getting a GoPro for something like that, or something like that. I like a GoPro. I really did. I took video when I was at the beach last time while I was bodyboarding and stuff. And I have that footage, but there's hours of it. Hours. It'll take me forever to edit that. And I currently have a watch review on there as well. The new watch I got, I did a review on that because I really like that watch. You know, I try not to tell y'all about, if something's terrible, I will tell you it's terrible. If I get something that's really good and I think it's a good value, I will definitely tell you all about that as well. I don't know if you're interested in watches. I love watches. I love flashlights, guns, knives, gear, trucks, cars. You know, I've often thought about splitting my channel up into 2 channels, one for just cars and stuff and trucks, and one for just guns and gear. But there's a downside to that. Yeah, if you followed both channels, you'd get a lot of content because I'd still upload like I do today. But one channel would get neglected more than the other because I have a lot more guns and gear stuff that I can keep the channel going with than I do truck stuff. My next mod on the truck is going to be Husky floor liners in the front. Um, I like those a lot better. I think that passenger side Tundra catch-all floor mat slides around. I hate that. I want to stay stable, and the Huskies actually do. That will be my next mod. But it's hard to come up with just truck videos all the time. So when I get the Husky floor liners, of course, I'll do a video about those. But that might be, a few weeks or something. I've got so much going on that I just haven't got around to getting them yet. But when I get those, I'll put a video up. But it's hard to come up with a bunch of content. I applaud people like Rob and TD34 and those people that can come up with videos every day on their vehicles, because I'm not clever enough to do that, or maybe I'm not smart enough to do that, or something like that. But I don't think I can keep a truck or car channel going all the time. Mainly, I guess, because I don't have the money to do it. I can come up with stuff to talk about, but when you start doing mods, that's when people really start watching. And I just don't think I could keep that channel going good enough without having other stuff in it. So I probably won't split them up, but I have thought about that. I know that's a long ramble there. Half the people probably went to sleep. Throb, you know what? I did not have the bell on. I do now. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. If I'm that far behind, I'm in trouble. Real Estate Whisperer, Dan Silverhorn, the fisheye on the GoPro will drive you insane. I've not seen that yet. I've not had fish eyes on them yet. Garner, Gear Runner, those gnats are hard to kill. God, they are. I don't know where they come from. It's crazy. Dan says, thanks, Real Estate Whisperer, for the heads up. Dan, sometimes I even use my cell phone. I just up the quality in the settings of the phone. All about vehicles. Okay, at Edge every day. Can't wait to see your live stream on Sunday. I tell you what, some of them people that do shooting videos that get them big cameras that do the crazy slow-mos that can catch the bullet flying through the air, I bet they spend a fortune on those cameras. They have to. Garner says, Gear Runner, have you been to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee? I have not. I'm assuming that's out in West Tennessee. I've never been past Nashville. So if it's in between here and Nashville, I may have drove through there and just didn't know it. If it's past Nashville, I've never been. Or if it's above and below Nashville, I've probably never been. Dan says, Real Estate Whisperer, I need to play with some settings on my iPad. Rue, smash the like button. Thank you, Rue. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Real Estate Whisperer. Dan, yes, that will work too. Dan says, and crack that braille. I think it means bell. Crack that bell. Trouser, haven't gone back and looked. Are your weight loss videos doing good? They do okay. They do okay. To tell you the truth about it, I've actually gained some weight back. I spend so much time at work and doing YouTube that I don't really have a lot of time to exercise like I used to. And I've kind of not been eating as good, so I kind of got to get back into that. And I was going to do more weight loss videos, but really when I lost weight, I did the same identical thing every day. And I got to thinking about that, and I was like, so I eat chicken today. Tomorrow I was like, I eat chicken today. Next day is like, I eat chicken today. People's not going to watch that every day. So when I told you I ate chicken every day, that's how I did it. So I quit making those videos because I didn't have enough stuff to come up with anything different, because I'd eat chicken and run, chicken and run, chicken and run. It's the same thing every day. And Real Estate Whisperer says action shots are great for GoPro. True. I'd really like it. That is true. Courtney says hi, Dan. Keenan retracted again. Dan says hi, Courtney. Throb Nation, hey Keenan, still waiting for the pic of my shirt you said you bought. Keenan says Toronto is going to get a lot of rain when the hurricane turns into low pressure and turns north. Probably. There's a lot of people going to get a lot of rain. Trouser, I don't have contact with my aunt. I'm praying she's okay. I hope she's okay too, Justin. I really do. Hope everybody's okay. I heard there was a mother and an infant died because a tree fell on their house. I think there's 5 people so far that I've heard that. but I hope everybody on here and all their friends and family are okay. I didn't say it to scare you. I just heard that right before I went on this live stream. Ken says, I will do that. Courtney, Christina, how are you? Trouser says, my prayers are with your family, especially your aunt. Dan, we are near Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're on the northern side of the path of the storm. Okay. God, if I'm that far behind, I'll. Because I asked that question a long time ago. Travis says, thanks, Keenan. Jack's prayers for your aunt, Justin. Just says, thanks to Jack. Real estate whisperer, Courtney. Edge, I'm good, girl. Keenan says, it's still in the package. Take it out and take a picture of it and send it to him. Thought Nation, define good, your real estate whisperer. Justin, has anyone ever won a giveaway on Instagram? No, I have not. And I've entered a ton of them, and I have never won an Instagram giveaway. Eddie, I want to shoot a Glock 43. It has quite a bit of recoil because it's so light and so thin that you really feel it. Now, it's not as bad as like a lightweight 357, an airweight 357, but it does have, quite a bit of jump for a. I think it has more than a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, my opinion. I own one of those as well. Keenan says, Real Estate Whisperer, I just need to get some animations and get a background so I can overlay the chat and the live stream. It says, get an FM 45 Tactical and Desert Sand. I love those guns. I don't own any 45s. I really don't want to have to start buying 45 ammo again. But if I did, that would be the first 45 that I bought. Love that gun since it came out because that's the first gun that came out that you could put an RMR on, a Trijicon RMR from the factory. That was so awesome back in the day. And now everything has an RMR on it. The slide cuts I'm going to get done on the Gen 4 right here. It'll have an RMR before it's all over with. And probably a Fowler Industries trigger. Real Estate Whisperer, I'm not dead, so I'm good. You're on the right side of the dirt. Me too. Thought Nation, methinks you're telling a fib, little fella. Keenan, if you're lying to Rob, you're not a moderator anymore. All right, here we go. I'm going to do this, Keenan. When you send Rob the picture of the shirt that you told him you bought, you can have your moderator status back. No lying on the channel. So it's pictures or it didn't happen. Courtney says, no, Justin. Real Estate Whisperer every day. Edge every day. We use Home Depot lighting for our live streams. Let's see here. And Keenan says, Real Estate Whisperer is so reasonable. And he also said, I have one in yellow. Send it. Send it. You got to send that picture. When Rob will post that picture, I have full confidence in Rob that he'll let us know that you sent that picture. And when you send it, you have your moderator status back. Eddie says, AZ is extremely hot. Yes, Arizona is extremely hot, but I love the heat. God, I love the heat. Throbbnation says, come on down, Gear. And I'm going to do that. I seriously am going to do that one day. Seriously. I'm going to come down there. I'm going to meet you. Because I really want to see Arizona anyway, so it'll be through there. I'll stop by, say hey, get some sweet tea and some nuggets. Eddie said, I'm heading to California the first week of October. Don't take your gun. Ken said, I just realized your real estate whisperer is like a roo. LOL. Real estate whisperer, all about vehicles. The frames for my streams I made in PicMonkey. Is that an app? Is PicMonkey an app? Here, let me take a screenshot. I screenshotted PicMonkey. Is it an app? Jack said, I like the 43. Wish it was 10 shots. I actually bought Terran Tactical extended magazine plates for mine. They work great. I have a +1 extension, which puts it on the same, wavelength as the M&P Shield. I think it should at least be the same as a Shield. And then I bought a +2 extension. So, that helps out in that category. But they work great. I can highly recommend those. Never had a malfunction with them. But the +1 really doesn't add any length to the gun. Keenan says, Real Estate Whisperer, thanks. Edge says, the biggest problem I have is my room are too small and the lighting either too bright or not enough. So we'll be making a shadow box with LED. Nice. You all are so much better at this than I am. If my lighting's bad, my lighting's just bad. Y'all go, y'all are so much better at YouTube than me. You're so much better at this. Oh man, I listen to you all talk and I realize just how bad a YouTuber I really am. Courtney says chalet is my favorite style of house. Trouser, I know I ask this every week, but how's the exterior? Did you get it running right? It still has that little mess. I've not felt it in a little while. I've really not done anything to it. I've just been driving it. I ain't gonna lie. I can put plugs and stuff in it, but it's still running, and that little mist doesn't really bother me. It only happens when I stop, mainly with the air on. And if you put it in park, it don't even do it then. It's only when it's under load and you've got the brake on and it's in drive. So if I pull up to a red light and I think I'm going to sit there for a little while, I just throw it in park and it don't do it. I don't know. I've just been too lazy to fix it. Because that back plug sucks. God, it's like the firewall's like an inch and a half from the motor, and the plug is right down in the bottom of the engine, in between the firewall and the engine. They couldn't have put that in a worse spot. Jack says, what part of California are you going to, Eddie? Real Estate Whisperer, we have a strip light on the wall. That's it. I don't even have that. I got a ceiling fan. Real Estate Whisperer, Courtney, tat still itchy? Is it itchy, Courtney? Don't itch it. Hey, it might be all right to itch it now. I don't know. I've never had a tattoo, so I don't know what the laws are on that. S stripper light. Nope. Nope, no stripper lights in my house that I know of. Edge, who knows what happens when I'm not here? Edge, Real Estate Whisperer is the best. So much info. She does have a lot of info on this, and I do not. Like I said, I just turn on a light and I start talking, and that's all I got. I got a lot of guns I can talk about, and some trucks and cars, and I can talk about stuff, but when it comes to quality, you might not get it from me. I don't know. I do my best. Richard says, Gear Runner, I also want the gun that my cousin Jesse James used. That would be a very valuable gun if you could get that one. Just saying. I'll be in the Thunder Dude 34 territory. Oh, Keenan says that. I read at Eddie Smallhorn. I was thinking Eddie Smallhorn. I was like, he lives in Jersey, not California. Real Estate Whisperer, Throb Nation. I don't know what the lie is called. Throb Nation says, oh, oops. All About Vehicles, Smyrna, Georgia. That's it, Smyrna. You are correct. You must have looked that up. Courtney says, Christina, doing better. Only a hint of itch. Real Estate Whisperer says, thanks, Edge. Travis says, good to hear, Court. Keenan, you're nuts. Potatoes are my favorite. No, I hate potatoes. What did he say? Mrs. Leah, what did you say, Eddie? I want to see it. I can't see it. Trouser, who's nuts? Richard, I wish the Rockets would come back to Nashville, Tennessee because I love the show. I've never seen them. Real Estate Whisperer says, Courtney, Edge, when I used lanolin on my tat, lanolin. When I read tat, I realized what it was. On my tat, it seemed to get way better. Edge, all about Keenan, stop yelling. Trousers laughing at Eddie, which I didn't even see what Eddie wrote. It wouldn't let me pull it up. What the crap here? Why is it not letting me see what he wrote? I'm the guy that's running the show. Throb Nation, TMI, Eddie. All I have is material, mental image of you in a thong. God, I guess that's what he said. That's why it wouldn't let me see it. It knew I didn't want to hear it. Real Estate Whisperer, yes, webcam on the laptop isn't as clear as a separate webcam. I could see that. Webcams are a little bigger, probably a better camera. I can see that. Courtney, I can see that working very good at Real Estate Whisperer. Trouser, are you getting a new iPhone? Yes, I get an iPhone every year at Christmas. That is what me and my wife get each other for Christmas, our new phones. Now, will I get a new iPhone or will I go Samsung this time? I'm not sure. Because everywhere I go to these concerts and stuff, I look at these people in front of me that have Samsungs, and their videos and pictures are so much clearer. And I have the iPhone X, and their pictures are still clearer than mine. And they've got a new Samsung out now that's got a terabyte of memory. I don't know. It's going to be hard not to go Samsung with something like the Samsung Plus or a Note. I don't know which one I want. Note, I think, will be too big. Eddie, you're going to be meeting him all about vehicles. Real Estate Whisperer. Throb Nation, the pasties on him look the best. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm with you, Rob. Oh, no. Eddie says, LL Throb. Not a vision I wish to share. It's too late. We all have it already. Dan, holy left turn on the chat. Yeah, we definitely went away from a different type of gun here. Eddie says, hello, Dan. Trouser, you need to start making Gear Runner banana hammocks to publicize the channel. Oh, God. What would you write on the butt of it? Juicy? I don't know. Thumb Nation says, Dan, sat up. Real Estate Whisperer, good call, Trouser Rouser. I'm out. I don't think so. How about vehicles? Eddie, don't know just yet. Eddie, I don't even want to envision this. Me neither. Trousers laughing. Throb Nation, they're on back order, Justin, or so I'm told. Yeah, Throb's ordered like 12 of them. I've only been able to get him 5. He just turns them inside out on the 6th and 7th day. All about vehicles, gear. You can call me and I can help you. Thanks. Dan, Gear Runner, the banana hammocks. Oh, God. The thong banana hammocks. Keenan says, or your Real Estate Whisperer. Richard, there's going to be a new iPhone XS that's supposed to cost more than iPhone X. Yeah, I seen that. I don't know. These phones are getting out of hand. When you start breaking $1,000 for a cell phone, that's getting crazy. Although, I'll probably pay it, but that's getting crazy. How about vehicles? I got 99% of the setup by myself. You're a lot smarter than me then. Edge, Keenan, what's your number? Real Estate Wizard, Gear Runner. Follow Nick Nim's tutorials. All right. Another screenshot, because I'll forget that. Keenan, Edge, I will DM you it. Dan Solder Home says 8675309. Cordy says 911. Oh, dude, speaking of 911, my neighbor's house straight across my road, I can throw a baseball and hit it. The other night, she was getting broke into. She tried to call me. I didn't wake up because I just drove back from Florida and I was wore out. But she heard a noise on the front, walked to the front, and the door was like halfway in. She heard around back, walked to the back and grabbed the door, and it just opened, and there was a man standing in front of her. When he seen her, he took off running, and he parked his car right behind my Xterra. And he jumped in and took off. The crazy thing was, my stepdaughter seen it all. She seen every bit of it and didn't even know what was going on. So I was like, well, that's great. Probably lucky she didn't get a hold of me. But yeah, that's bad. In the state of Tennessee, we have the right to defend other people. So if he was in her house and I'd made it up there, bad day for somebody. Ed says, nice, Dan. But yeah, that's crazy. Right here. I mean, we've never really had any issues with that anywhere near me. And then all of a sudden this happens. I guess the whole world's going to crap. Keena says, Courtney's laughing. And there's been some nice neighborhoods. Not saying my neighborhood's not a decent neighborhood, but some nicer neighborhoods than mine that have been broken into and attempted to be broken into. So we currently have a security system. I will be upgrading it. Not that my security system isn't good enough now, but it can always get better. Trouser says, laughing Courtney. Throb Nation 155. Keenan. That's too many numbers, Rob. But maybe that's for the Canada thing. You have more numbers, call Canada. Dan says, thank you. Real Estate Whisperer says, Jenny. Keenan 647562. Star. Something tells me that won't work, Keenan. Edge. I was kidding, Kenny. I wanted to see if you would just post it. Justice says, Rob, why'd you post my number? Because we want everybody calling you. That way you don't get any sleep tonight. Real Estate Whisperer, I love makeup. My stepdaughter loves makeup. She does awesome makeup, and she actually does people's makeups for proms and weddings. There was a couple of girls here tonight, and I think she did their makeup for like a date or something. All about vehicle edge. I wouldn't put it just right out there. Maybe in a minute. Edge, thank you, sir. Real Estate Whisperer and perfume. My wife's nose is so touchy. You can't wear like a lot of cologne. I had like an $80 bottle of what was that? Blue Day Chanel or whatever that's called, and she threw it away. She's like, it's too strong, and she bought it for me and then threw it away. I was like, well, I could have gave that to somebody. Garner, Real Estate Whisperer, what would Miss Peter Smith do if she saw me in my kilt? Good question. Real Estate Whisperer and a good cookbook. My wife does not cook, so 2 of the 3 things you just said is not allowed in this house. Real Estate Whisperer, Garner, you would have to ask her. She's kind of a freak, freaky deaky. Little Fib, Lilfib. That's her nickname, Little Fib. Lady in the light, freaking the bed. Throb Nation, gear, 1900 hammock, all day long. Rob, no. Edge, I thought you would be excited about being a mod and just post. I know, right? I took his mod away because he ain't sent a picture yet. I don't know why it's still showing up. Edge, hey, I have a video on them. On what? Kilts or banana hammocks? Throb Nation, oh, Keenan. Dan, I thought it was 976 hammock. Either one of them work. I've actually got 2 numbers. I get so many orders for those things that I had to get 2 lines. Edge, no tips to install them. The hammocks, it's pretty much just one leg after the other, kind of like a pair of pants. Real Estate Whisperer, I could never do a video a day. I would lose my mind. I did that for a little while, and you have to have some downtime. I had to have some downtime. Everybody doesn't. I had to. Donation, I have no mind. Edge, Real Estate Whisperer, you make productions, not videos. She does have some good videos. Real Estate Whisperer, I do this all by myself, and I can't do more than what I have now. Yeah, I do it all by myself too, and it's just difficult sometimes like that. That's why I bounce back to 3 days a week in a live stream. Thought Nation, I'm numb. I'm usually numb too. Real Estate Whisperer, Edge every day. I'm glad that shows. Jack, hey guys, got to go. My wife just arrived. We're going to get dinner. You all be safe. Prayers go out to all being affected by the hurricanes. See you all on Edge's live stream on Sunday. Bye. Have a great weekend, Jack. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time, buddy. Enjoy your dinner. Keenan, you will just get a message. Me? At Gear Runner. For what? Real Estate Word, Jack. Good night, Jack. Keenan says, Jack, bye. Let's see here. Dan says, later, Jack. Thanks for the prayers. Throb Nation, have a great night, Jack. Stay dry. Justin, have a great dinner, Jack. All about vehicles. Throb Nation. That's not a good thing. Eddie, not Jack. Keenan, Rob, I can't find your Insta. You can't find Rob's Instagram? Edge every day. Real Estate. You make some awesome short films, dare I say. She does make some good short films. It's pretty funny a lot of times. Throb Nation, what's that, Keenan? What's Instagram? I don't know what that is. Real Estate Whisperer, wow, thanks, Edge. You really do. I like them. Edge every day. See you, Jack. Sometimes I don't get to watch as much Instagram as I'd like to, or not Instagram, but YouTube as I'd like to. But I'm making videos, I'm editing videos, I'm, dealing with, manufacturers and stuff like that. And then I have a full-time job to boot with it. But I try to watch as much as I can. I don't always comment on all the videos I watch, but I do try to watch as much as I can. Gear Runner is south of Nashville, close to Florence in Alabama. Yeah, I've never been there then. Am I just now getting to that? Holy crap. Real Estate Whisperer, what's your new logo, Edge? Throb Nation K. Dan Soderholm, Throb Runner. That's right, and Gear Beans. Throb Runner and Gear Beans. All About Vehicles. It won't come up. Edge. It is on my 500 sub giveaway vid I posted yesterday. I watched that vid. Throb Nation, hey you Dan, what's up? All About Vehicles. You blocked me, Rob. You blocked me. Throb Nation, I did block you, Katie. Eddie, keep the gun videos coming, Gear. I definitely will. I've got enough guns to keep this channel going for a while. And if I don't have enough to keep it going for a while, I've got enough friends that'll let me borrow stuff to keep this. So if y'all have any guns you'd like to see on my gun videos, just post it at the bottom. Because if I don't own it, I can probably find it. Unless it's something crazy. I'm about the only person I know around here that has class 3 stuff. But normal stuff, I might be able to find it and do a video on it. All About Vehicles. Wow, Rob. Throb Nation. Penalty for disliking my vids on live stream. Keenan, are you disliking videos on live streams? That's the rumor. That's a no-go. Quit. If you're doing that, stop it. Edge, Christina, I sent a pic to your IG. Domination, pretty low, K. Pretty low. I agree. Garner, Rob, what did you do if I dislike your video? He'd take your kilt. Real Estate Whisperer, got it. Edge every day. Domination, no thing, Richard. Keenan retracted. Edge sent me a message. Richard, Gear Runner, I'm glad you don't have any trolls on your channel. I've had some trolls on my channel once, I think it was, once or twice. I've actually had a death threat on a gun video because I didn't agree with a guy's outlook on a Glock 19X. Threatened to kill me, rape my wife, and all kinds of stuff. Now, I got really mad, and I wanted to reply to that. But I reported him to YouTube instead because I knew if I replied to that video like I would like to, one, I'm not that person. If I'm mad, I would rather just walk up and reply to you in your face. That doesn't go well. But that's who I am. If I'm that mad, that's what I want to do. So I'm not the guy that's going to type it over the phone or the keyboard or anything else because I'm not a keyboard warrior. But two is, I knew that if I replied, he would report me and everything I'd worked for would be down the tubes and they'd just cut my channel off or give me like a bunch of strikes or something crazy. So I just went ahead and reported him and, blocked him from the channel and all that good stuff. But, yeah, death threats already happened. And that was early on. That was before I got monetized because I didn't agree with what his, viewpoints was on a Glock 19X. I said it was made backwards. It is made backwards for concealed carry. Dan says, going to bed, going to be a long weekend. Dan, you stay safe, buddy, and thanks for stopping by. Have a good night's sleep because tomorrow might be a different day. ThrobNation.com, King, at gmail.com, K. Eddie, night, Dan Solderholm. Yep, Dan, prayers are with you, buddy. I hope the storm misses you. Hope you don't get much off of it. Real Estate Whisperer, I'm going to hop in the shower. I smell like grilled chicken after cooking. Thanks for stopping by, Real Estate Whisperer, Christina. I appreciate it. You have a great night and a great weekend. Dan says later, Eddie. Eddie, if you're gone too, I didn't see that. Oh, there he is. Night, Solderholm. Okay. Dan says later, Eddie. Throb Nation says night, Dan. Real Estate Whisperer, good night, all. Have a great night. Dan says night, Throb. Dan, later, your Real Estate Whisperer. Courtney, night, Dan. Scott, hey, Andy, late as usual. Hey, but you made it, Scott. Thanks for being here, buddy. I've been on a long time on this live stream, and we're still trucking. So I think I'm pretty far behind, so we may be here for another minute. But you did miss some guns and stuff like that. Before everybody leaves, don't forget about the giveaway. We're getting really, really close to the 2,500 subscribers. Be giving away an Olight PL Mini when that happens. So tell all your friends. Like I said, for some odd reason, the channel slowed down a little bit this week. Today was a pretty good day. I got quite a few subscribers a day for one day. And but overall, the channel slowed down a little bit this week. And I don't know if it's because people's getting the good weather in while they can, not watching much YouTube. And then whenever, the cold weather gets here, it'll pick back up a little bit. But make sure you tell everybody to get subscribed, and we'll give that PL Mini away as soon as we get to the 2,500. Throb Nation, night, your Real Estate Whisperer. Ed said, see you, Dan. Ed says, Dan. Courtney, yo, Scott. Edge, good night, Real Estate Whisperer. Trouser, stay safe, Dan. Very true, stay safe. Dan says later, Edge. Richard, Rob, I have your Real Estate Whisper cup, but I have not bought a Throb Nation t-shirt or a Gear Runner t-shirt. Yeah, we're a little behind on the Gear Runner t-shirt, so hang on that. There may be news of that to come. Real Estate Whisperer, good night, Dan, Courtney, Throb Nation, Edge, every day, all about vehicles, Scott S, and Trouser Rouser. Scott, yo, Courtney. Keenan, bye, your Real Estate Whisperer. Trouser, hey, Scott. Eddie, yes, stay safe, Dan. Throb Nation, well, come on, Richard. Come on, where? I swear I forget some of the comments. I read these things and I forget what I just read. That's what I mean a minute ago when I was reading the one earlier, and I forgot it said chicken. That's just, I don't know. I went crazy and I'm getting old. Courtney, good night, Real Estate Whisperer, Throb Nation. Hey, Scott. Eddie, hey, Scott. Richard, Rob, I have never bought anything using PayPal. I have. Oh, he's talking about the shirt. I get what you're saying there. I use PayPal a lot. And I get paid through PayPal through some stuff. So PayPal is wonderful. It really is. It's so easy. Scott says, hey, Justin, sitting on a patio listening to some Alice in Chains music. Nice. Throb Nation, me, the Richard. You never use PayPal? Trouser says, awesome. Eddie, Alice in Chains is a great band. It really is. Scott says, how's Rob tonight? Rob is tailing off K. Trouser, I can send him a whole gallon, Richard. LMAO. Love them, Eddie, says Scott. Trouser, Amazon sells it in gallon jugs. Throb Nation, I'm good, Scott. How you doing? Every once in a while, a notification pops up, and I'll read it real quick. If you're wondering what I'm doing, when I look over, a notification's popped up from Instagram or YouTube or something. I just want to make sure it's nothing that needs to have attention. Not that I would leave the live, but make sure it's not some kind of emergency or something like that. Richard, go White Zombie or Rob Zombie. I like some Rob Zombie stuff. Scott says, very good, Rob. Getting ready for a harvest. Hope you had a good harvest this year. I know there's been a lot of rain and stuff like that up there, but I hope you've had a good harvest this year. Throb Nation says, love them, Richard. Throb Nation, that'll keep you busy, Scott. Definitely. As big as the farms are up there, God, that'll definitely keep you busy. My mom knows I do a live stream, and she calls me in the middle of it. Mike, hey y'all, just got home, been hurricane prepping. My mom, Rob, did you tell my mom to call me on my live stream? Yeah, Mike, it's coming right through here, ain't it? Hope you don't get much rain, man. Hope none of us get much rain. My mom has called me like 3 times in a row. Let's see. Throb Nation says, Mike Trouser, welcome back, Mike. Please be safe. I'm gonna get through these and call her back in case some kind of emergency. Ed says, get a Samsung. The camera review is awesome. Trouser says Samsung's great. Scott says, keep me out of trouble. LOL. Garner, I am going to Apple Orchard in October to buy some apples and apple slushy. That sounds good. Mike says, hey, Throb. Mike says, hey, Trouser. Scott says, it's raining there. It's not raining here yet. We're supposed to start getting some rain tomorrow. Eddie says, I agree. Samsung Galaxy is a great phone. This is the last phone I will own. That may be what I go to next. Richard, Eddie, Samsung is the best ever when you are getting a 4K TV. Trouser, my 7-year-old Samsung still works and takes great photos. I'm really thinking about it. It's a learning curve to learn how to use that, I'm sure, from the iPhone. That's probably what's coming next. Edge, well, the stream will never end. It's like mine now. I know. Mike, hey, Eddie. Garner, Gear Runner, my Samsung Curve 4K 3D 65-inch TV costs $3,500, and the Samsung Curve 4K Play costs $600. That's a lot of money for a TV. I bought a 70-inch or 72-inch a couple years ago. It was about $2,000, and that's the upper end of what I was willing to pay. Eddie said, I hear you, Trouser. Everyone loves their Samsung. Eddie, or Edge, I agree, Richard. Samsung's great. All about vehicles. Where's my wrench? What did I do? You didn't send Rob the picture yet. So if you're lying to Rob, you don't get a wrench. If you send him the picture, you have your wrench back. Edge, or Richard Edge said, Richard Edge, how much will I have to pay you to pull my bad tooth for me? Oh my gosh. Edge, will not do it, Richard. Richard Edge, he's got a frank face. Trouser, sorry about what happened to your neighbor, but could see much worse. Thieves would be making a huge mistake if they chose your house. If I was home, if you're not home, there's nothing you can do about it. Trouser, actually, they'd be getting what they deserve. Very true. Ken, Trouser, Rouser, I agree. Edge, I agree. Trouser, Eddie, I'm glad it wasn't Gear's house, but feels like it is when it's that. It does feel like it's when it's that close. Very true. You're retracted. Keenan said, Richard Garner, good call. Richard, my cousin, ex-husband, steal my dad chainsaw, pole saw, and then pound him for drugs. That's crazy. I'd have beat him like no tomorrow. Trouser, do you feel like do you like fall time? Me, it's all right. The weather's nice. It's about as far as it goes. I know I don't like it because I know cold's coming very shortly thereafter, and I hate the cold weather. Eddie says love fall. Edge, I don't like allergies in the fall. I feel like Rob did a week ago. Justin, stop reading so fast. We're supposed to make 2 hours. Yep, my mom called like 4 times. There may be something wrong. Travis said, Brian, glad fall gives you a break. Scott, take care over there, Gear. Thanks, Scott. You have a great weekend, and I hope, like I said, hope you had a good harvest. Richard said, my cousin's ex-husband steal from his friend, and then cops came to his house at 2 a.m. in the morning to look for him, took him to jail, and he was there for 3 months for that. He needs to be there longer. I hate thieves. Mike says, later, Scott, have a great weekend. Scott says, thanks, Mike, you too. Trouser, have a great weekend, Scott. Garner says, the thing I like to do in the summertime is lay out in the sun and get a full body tan. Leave the kilt down. He wears a mini kilt then. Trouser, me too, Richard, but the neighbors complain. Garner, we already had a flood here in Nashville. That's awful. That's flood night. Eddie, got to jump off, guys. Have a great weekend. See you later. Have a great weekend, Eddie. Thanks for stopping by. Thought Nation says not Eddie. Trouser retracted. Eddie, Trouser, you ain't will be in my thoughts. He retracted again. Trouser said thanks, Eddie. Scott, it is out in the country. Richard, Trouser Rouser, that is what my neighbor will do to me too. My neighbors thought it was crazy when I was taking that picture on Instagram earlier. They were sitting in their cars and were like, probably thought, why's he got on body armor and a gun? Edge, maybe it was the guy that broke in the house, and he's like, that guy's nuts. He will kill me. Edge says, okay, good night, guys. Phone is dying. Gotta go charge. Guys, see you next time. Thanks, Edge. See you for the 500 subscriber giveaway Sunday. Have a great weekend. Mike says, have a safe and great weekend, everyone. You too, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Richard said, Eddie, had a dream about Mr. Petersmith last night. Don't let Eddie hear that. Thumb Nation, Night Edge. Trouser, hope your mom's okay. Have a great night, buddy. Thanks, Trouser. You have a great weekend. Trouser says, have a great night, Edge. Thumb Nation says, hold on, got to call Andy. Keenan, are you kidding? A photo, wow. That's what he said. Jay said, yo, Gear, just stop to say hi. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. You have a great night and a great weekend. And as soon as I get that new MP 2.0, I'll do an install on one of the Apex triggers for you. Garner, Gear Runner, you should buy a Samsung Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus phone and the wireless charger for it. That is exactly what I'm looking for. Probably the Plus because I want the bigger phone. Garner, Gear Runner, have a Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge phone, and I have had it forever. Samsung's probably what I'm really going to go with next time, and it has to be the bigger one because when I type on this, I always hit the wrong buttons all the time. I was on your Real Estate Whispers trivia game last night, and I was always hitting the wrong buttons. It was crazy. Scott says, good night, Rob and Edge. Thunder Golf Cole, bro, you still alive? I just got home from work 3 a.m. to 7. Holy crap, that's a long shift. Beezer 12, Washington Board. Peace. Hey, thanks for stopping by and welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. Mike says, a mini kilt. I know, right? A mini kilt. Mike says, hey, Thunder, how's it going? Scott says, I guess I can't leave. LOL. Cole said, Mike, I'm fixing to go to bed. Just wanted to holler. Thanks for stopping by, Cole. I greatly appreciate it. You have a great weekend. Garner says, Mike, mini kilts are for the girls. Keenan, I have a pic, Rob. Send it to him. When Rob says you got it, we'll put you back up. Hey, JC, what's going on? I appreciate you being here tonight. I'm just running through these comments here, trying to get caught up. Mike says, hey, GRF. Ken said, oh my gosh, Mike's laughing. Ken said, Gear Runner, fan, LMAO. I know, fan. I like it. I like that name. I think you all should change yours like Gear Runner Fan 2, Gear Runner Fan 3, and so on and so forth. Thornley says, hey, JC. JC says, hey, Rob. Keena says, Rob, you should have an email. Thornley says, how you doing? Keenan and a PCI. Keenan says, pick. Gear Runner Fan says, great, Rob. You. Rob says, thanks for my pick, K. Really? But that's my pick, K. Really. Ken said, I deserve moderator anyway. I gave some encouragement. Thought Mason said, just a minute, a like a. Thunder Golf. Guys, I'm hoping this winter I can watch more videos. I'm not going to do videos. I will not have time going forward to. I understand. Ken says, Rob, I know you want to pick for your shirt. Okay, everybody, I'm caught up. I'm going to get off here and see what my mom was calling so much about 3 or 4 times there. I don't know if something's wrong. I would imagine not. She probably just thinks the phone's cutting out, but I would like to check and make sure there's nothing wrong. Ken says, winter's going to be bad here. It's always bad up there. Bullnuts says, stop in and say hi. Wishing everybody a safe from the bad weather. Thank you, Bullnuts. I really appreciate that. And you have a great weekend. JC said, I didn't know it even showed. I can't see it. Ken said, I need a mod. Throb Nation, all I want, honesty, K. JC says, sorry, Rob. Mike says, not gear. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend too, Mike. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Stay safe. Ken says, Rob, unblock me on Insta. Throb Nation says, hey, nuts. Garner says, Gear Runner, your new name is the Punisher. No, right? All About Vehicles Rain here. Boldness says, Throb. One at least says CX. Hey, thanks for stopping by. One, I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. You caught the end of it. We're fixing to get off here, but we do this every Friday night at 7:30 Eastern time. Mike says, hey, Bold Nuts. Courtney says, y'all enjoy your weekend. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate every single one of you. You all have a great weekend. Stay safe if you're in the path of the storm. One says, I'm in Oregon. Nice. I would like to visit the West Coast. I've never been over there. I would like to visit, but I used to really like watching the Oregon Ducks play. They were explosive back when Mariota was there. Courtney says, nuts. Hey, thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a great night. See y'all. It's going to be on Edge's live stream Sunday. He has one that's so nice. I'll have to check that out. If I make my way over there, I'll head to Oregon. Ken says, bye, Guy. Richard said, bye, everyone. See you tomorrow on Vince Goes Live. Boldness says, Courtney. Okay, got to run, gang. God bless. God bless you, too. Bold Nuts. Keenan says, hope your mom's okay. Thanks, Keenan. JC says, bye. Courtney says, shout out to Oregon. Edge every day is going to have a live at 6:30 on Sunday. It'll be the 500 subscriber giveaway. Everybody tune into that. Go watch his 500 subscriber giveaway before you do that, though, because I think there's some rules you have to adhere to. Thought says, not gear. Hope all is okay. Thanks, Rob. See y'all next time. Y'all have a great night, great weekend. Go Gators.